Hi, I'm Tony from Poolz, and I wanted to explain how concrete pool pricing works so you can make better decisions for your project. So essentially, most pool builders will work their pricing either based on lineal meters, so think running a tape measure around the top outside edge of your pool, or they'll do it based on cubic meters, the volume of the pool. Now, for this example, I'm going to use lineal, but the same logic applies. So what they'll do is they'll have $1 per lineal meter rate or $1 per cubic meter rate. Now that rate will typically sit in Australia at the moment. That rate's typically anywhere from about $2,000 up to about $3,000 depending on the builder. Now that's quite a big range, but that rate will also reflect things like the quality of the equipment that they're using and the filters and pumps and things like that. So it's not quite as simple as just comparing concrete for concrete. So what happens with that lineal meter rate is, firstly, a lot of builders will have a minimum lineal charge that they'll charge for a pool. Right? Now, the reason for that is because they have minimum costs at an input level. So, some of the contractors that they use and things like that will have minimum charges, and so the builder has to cover those, right? So in a lot of instances, a builder will have a minimum lineal meter rate of 20 or 22 meters. Let's use 20 for this example. What that means is if you say to the builder, I want a 6 by 3 meter pool, which is an 18 lineal meter pool, you're going to get charged for 20 meters anyway. So if you have the space, it's worth finding out what is their minimum lineal meter charge. And if you have the space, build to that size. The other thing that's worth knowing is, a lot of people think, well, if I go 8 by 4, that's got to be way more expensive. Well, typically it's just as simple as adding that lineal meters and two more times 2,500 if that's their rate. It's an extra $5,000. You might find that that's well within your budget. The other thing to know is that there's certain size thresholds at which the builder needs to reinforce the pool differently and use more concrete and steel and things like that because of the size of the pool. And so those thresholds, staying just below them, can save you a lot of money. So I'll give you an example. So the first threshold, and this varies a little bit, but typically it's at 9.5 meters. And then again, there's another one at 12 and another one at 15. And at width, it's at 5 meters. So if I build a pool that is 9.5 meters by 4.5 meters in size, okay, I'm probably just using the standard lineal meter rate that I mentioned before. But if I go to 10 meters by 4 meters, now I've broken through one of those thresholds. There's high likelihood that my pool is going to cost 10 to 15% more on top of the lineal meter rate because of the input costs that have now increased. The same thing happens again at 15. It goes even higher, and again, 12 and 15. And so knowing where those thresholds are and staying just within them can save you quite a lot of money. So hopefully that's helpful to you. If you have any questions about pool pricing, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. Have a great day.